Hey guys, let's see. This hangout is on air live. Hangouts are going away August 1st. For quick streaming, you can try youtube.com/webcam. Yeah, I've heard that kind of stuff is going on. They always make that kind of threat. From what I've heard is they're going to give us until, November or something like that. And it's not going to be so, dastardly as the people who like to have their live streams think. Hold on a second, guys. Are you guys done? I made an egg. They like to eat an egg as their late night snack. They do. I hope eggs are good for dogs. Because these baby boys, yes, you know when your eggs are coming. Yes, you do. Yes, and I put a little bit of carrots in it. No cheese, no butter, nothing bad. I just fry an egg with some carrots in there, a little bit of broccoli, no peas, and they go crazy over it. They absolutely love it. Hi, guys. It's very late. This has been such a surreal. Ow, don't bite Mama. No, you get it. Don't bite Mama. Been very surreal of a day to where I feel very Twilight Zone-y. Just kind of some stuff that I've watched here online. Let me get back to my thing. I'm going to give them this last little piece. I spoon feed them. Otherwise, Snowball will eat it all. Snowball is really the scavenger. Snowball always acts like he's never gets fed. Like he never gets fed. And Moshi is just fine, like just leaving it on the ground because he's not used to like someone trying to steal their food. Boy, if you put a piece of food down, this little jaws of Snowball will take it in a second. I'm afraid to feed him too because he's got such a sharp. Oh, there you go. So you guys, no, I gave you guys both it. You behave. You behave. You behave. You've had fun all day. Okay. I got this ceiling fan running, guys. If you're wondering. If you're wondering anything, let me get back and see if anybody is in here saying hi to me. Hey, Lori. Hey, so good to see you here. I would love to meet you and get any sort of help with learning to drive. Just to get that off of my back and off of my list of things to do that would give me that freedom. You could tell your dad I would gladly, after this is over, go back and pay him for his time for any kind of help that anybody would give me to do that too. I would really, really, really love that. So, hey, Nick, so good to see you here too. Hey, Tammy. Can you ask me for some help? Sure. Whatever you want. I mean, whatever you want to ask, go ahead and ask. When you wrote that and it was like, the whole family type thing, I started to cry. It was like just nice because that's the kind of help that I need because I've been so afraid. I didn't know that it kind of fell into this phobia. I think I'm not going to be this weird person who's going to have to be coaxed into doing it. But I just needed somebody who cared a little bit and nudged me a little bit. And I've never really had that. I didn't have that. And it's not blaming anybody. It's just, that's nice. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about, guys. I am really disturbed. Yeah, and we'll get back to that, Tammy. I am really disturbed. And I'm not being dramatic about the divorce things going on YouTube. I saw Miss MFG, is that her name? No, MFW. And she brought on the new girlfriend who was a friend of Trisha and her soon-to-be ex. and they talk about how happy that they are. And I don't know, I guess that's what, at times, when it makes me feel like I live in a whole different world, and this kind of world isn't the world for me. Because I just think, if somebody that I was with, and I'm really trying not to throw shade, because this Mandy person looks like a beautiful person. I don't know her from anybody. I really don't. But it should alarm anybody that her first thing that she wants to do is go on there and brag about it. If she was a good girl, she would keep it all off of YouTube. You know, you're gonna hurt this woman, regardless. You're gonna hurt this woman. And what does that say about you? Just honestly, I know you guys, everybody can get so worked up, you can get so worked up in being angry and everything, but just check yourself back. I mean, this is her husband, and it doesn't have any, it could be anybody. It's not because it's Truthfully Trisha. And yes, I know Truthfully Trisha has supposedly gone on some dates too and done that. And it's like, does anybody have any, like, what's wrong with the world today? Really, what's wrong? What's wrong? Like, and these were not short marriages. The other marriage that I saw tonight that was really disturbing was the Dave talking to Stickers. And it isn't my business at all. But it's disturbing. Right, exactly. Oh, listen to them go. Doggies, you behave. I'm going to separate you. This is what I believe. I believe I don't really even know what happened and what went on. I believe it's being handled so extremely weird. Everything is just weird. I do believe that Stickers is with his wife, though. I heard at the end. Well, she did show herself on a plane, and she has shown herself in pictures with Stickers. I really believe that they're together. I really believe that they're together. Listen, I'm out of all that, because I don't know what to believe about all the. I'm not even gonna go down that route ever again, ever again. As far as, I think that Stickers had himself arrested to get back home for free. It is the strangest. Well, and you know how we can always pick and choose about, like, what's weird to us. And when I wrote out to Becca those months and months ago, we talked about the suicide privately, and and it was all private, and where we kind of came to an agreement, and I kind of believed that it was some sort of a call for help. But in a call for help, she still said, and I didn't realize this until just recently, if it was just a cry for help, why would she say, my husband's, I don't know if he's got cancer on Monday? I mean, you wouldn't be in your right mind because she said he hasn't had it. All I know is I want nothing to do with any of that. I did call Dave right after the situation, or a little bit after, and I did reach out to Becca afterwards. I had a conversation with Dave, and I just told him, try to make him feel better. I said, one thing you got going on here is that people aren't believing it because of all the MFD that you've done. So it's like right there in the face. To me, it smacks as true. To me, it really smacks that it's true. It really does. I heard Stickers tonight, and I could tell he was drunk, and I could tell he felt really guilty. There was stuff you could see he wasn't saying, and Dave didn't want him to say. Well, then why in June, and why in that thing? Remember, she said, I don't even know if my husband if his cancer is back or his liver is cancer or something. Remember that, guys? If she said that she knows that none of that stuff is ever true, why are you keeping the lie alive even during that? If it was real, it wouldn't be in my head to lie. That's the only part it really doesn't matter. I've cut everything off. I don't hate them at all. They were very kind to me in real life. Since then, Dave has done a couple of things like go to my friends and made up a few lies of things, same old shit that he did before. And it's at that point when I realized I'm just stepping away, because you can't trust, it's just stupid. My heart was in the right place where it was, but I am not cut out for Boyd's. I am not. I don't think the games are fun. I don't think people should be coming on and, like truthfully Trisha, trashing the hell out of her husband. I don't think that she should trash the hell out of her husband. I just don't. And then I think sometimes, like, what's wrong with me? Yeah, I've said a few things, and it was more to explain away that what you're trying to say about me, you don't know the whole story. But I've basically been, very respectful of my husband. What he did was I talked to him on the phone. This was before I knew anything about Dave and Becca, and Stickers was still there. And he really kind of cornered me, and he was asking me questions all about the stuff that was in the papers, and like, is this true? And I was not expecting that. I was just calling to give support. So of course, my weak ass starts crying. And as I'm crying, he's like kind of drilling me more. And I don't even know why I tried to bother explaining. Maybe I was afraid that he would go after me again. Maybe. But Stickers got on. And Stickers was really nice. But basically, he said something about a couple of my friends, and it was a lie, because I have talked to them since then, and that's not how the story went down. And I'm mad at that story too. I'm mad at the whole thing. I'm just hurt. And so it makes me just completely close up. Because you just can't trust anybody. You can't trust anybody. Excuse me. It's not healthy for you. It's this down here, and it's like I really screwed up my channel by incorporating both of them together. And it's not like there's so many nice people. I'm just like refusing to ever. Not you, Lori. Not you, Lori, at all. You're grandfathered in. But I'm refusing to trust anybody. And that's, I mean, it's like a conscious effort to a decision to that I'm not gonna, because I want my privacy back. I want my privacy back. That was something I really want, is my privacy back. And what did I hear? Well, I was watching Trisha Paytas. This is weird, but she was showing her dancers, and she was showing the camera around all the people, and she was talking to all the people, and she was trying to make them all happy. And I realized, like, that's me. That's what I do. Like, that's why I know it can come across wrong sometimes, because I always want everybody to like me. And I can get too disappointed too easy. I don't know why. Like, what I do envy about some of these women who are so strong, like, you know, truthfully, Trisha can come on there and she's like strong and she's tearing apart her husband, and you know, these people are doing it, and it's like, am I just in this whole time, even after everything that he's tried to do to me? It's like I want him to, because I know he's misunderstanding something, and there's a lot more to it than that I just, you know, it's too much to get into, kind of. I know that he misunderstands things, and I know that I have spoken with the doctor about some certain reasons why he has, but, you know, anyway. Hey, Olivia. Yeah, fungus, you're right. First of all, Stickers was really, really, really kind. The only thing that I saw of those two together be when we were in the limo. She was kind of, you know, it was me and Simon. If you hear this ever, Simon, you get lost in this sometimes, but you're really an upstanding guy. You are really, really, really an upstanding guy who doesn't belong at the bottom of YouTube. You're really an upstanding guy. Um, but so was Dave, or it was Simon and I in the back, and then around the sides it was like Stickers and Jen and Becca. And Jen was telling Stickers to not let Dave treat him that way. And she was kind of pleading with him, like, don't let him treat you that way. Like, he treats you like a slave. Like, don't let him treat you that way. And I thought that that was like a little bit strange. But I just thought it was because she had just downed a whole bunch of Fireball, and they were really close friends. Other than that, I didn't see anything at all. I know after hearing tonight, there has to be something more to it. I think that Dave is just doing this completely to save face. Or maybe he's happy that she's gone, and the whole thing is sad. It's sad. It's almost like there's a reason why stickers. And see, stickers was really nice to me. When Becca was throwing up and he was going to go get her some food, he made sure to ask if I wanted anything. And I'm like, no, 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 that's okay. But he brought some back anyways. He was very attentive and very, when you spoke to you, he would speak right to you. Very kind, very soft spoken and kind. And, Dave did have him do everything, and you could see that they're just two different kind of guys, you know, really completely. As far as Dave and Becca, they just seemed like they were a couple. Didn't seem anything wrong. I mean, Dave was always saying how much he would do for her and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Right. As far as the abuse thing, I honestly, I know that it's not the popular thing to say. You know how things can get trumped up into something even much larger. That's really what I think that is. I think that his wife is angry, and from what I heard, from the story from him, she had left the kids over Christmas. So there was always a couple sides to the story. But I just let them guys, and there's another one. I mean, Jessica, who's the mother of his kids, is out there putting it all out there. Right, exactly, Lori. Putting it all out there. I mean, putting it all out there, like, for, I would give anything to have mine not put out there. Because it's like, does anybody take marriage seriously anymore? Does anybody take it where it's just not like, truthfully, Trisha, with these dates that she's doing, I was like at first kind of feeling bad for her, but it's like they're both wrong. They're both wrong. And this other woman, this beautiful girl, Mandy, she's a beautiful girl. I thought she was like 20. I thought she was like 20. I thought Trisha was like 40 and this girl was 20. I didn't know that this girl, no shade. I really just thought that she was 20 years old. She's really beautiful. But I see flags there left and right. First of all, if you start a relationship that way, you are already behind the eight ball. Because if he's going to do that to you, with you, he will do that to you. And, you could have waited until you were divorced. But I got to say, Sean is, being nice not to dog Trisha out like that. Yeah. Becca yelled at Dave. Yeah. Hey, Anna. I don't like, the one thing I don't see when we were at the house together um, for Vegas, it was the joke that we knew he was a liar. So it was kind of like we were all walking around kind of joking about it. And he was kind of like in on the joke, kind of like, so it was kind of like when he came back with Vegas Barbie and they had went around in that fancy car and he had said he was like the drummer for something. And, we teased him and we mocked him about that. So it was all really pretty normal. So, but I didn't, I did believe, because I did believe, um, the last bit of radiation, just because of some of the things that he said that my brother said, but I guess I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong. I don't know. I don't think he does have any of those things wrong with him now. I know he didn't do dialysis when I was there. Maybe if he snuck away or something, I don't know. I did see a lot of medications, and I did see medical equipment like, handicap accessible toilets and special needs things to walk with. And yeah, I know, Olivia. I know. Yeah. It was weird because it was like you really have to see how normal it was when you were there with them. It was like it was like Deb the RN was in the kitchen, and they brought like meat and special, like bacon and things and recipes from their home. So you would think you were at any sort of a kind of a shindig with family or friends. And so it's hard because it's not like it was the witchy type horrible time. It wasn't like that. It wasn't. It's just these things that are done behind your back, like this thing that happened to me. Um, I don't know if he maybe gets paranoid and starts to think a certain way. I haven't talked to anybody. I did reach out to both of them. I did talk to Dave on the phone right after it. And then I did reach out to Becca, but I never heard back just to say, and so I don't know why he did the things that he did to me. I don't know why he did those things. I don't know why. I guess because I was wrong and I was going to get burned. I was going to get burned. I think maybe he gets paranoid, and because I'm not, I mean, I've told him I don't want to be in part of any of this. I don't want to be in with the drama. You can't make me, basically. It's not where I want my life to go. And I'm like a 50-year-old woman. I don't want my life to go that way anymore. Real life hit me, and I'm changed. I'm changed. You know, I'll watch some of this stuff. I allow myself. Well, I allow myself. I don't really watch Rosie's anymore, only because the Elvis thing really turned me off. Elvis did pop up on my because I took him off. He popped up. I went in there. I said a couple things. And that's it. Nothing against Rosie. It's just I didn't like her. So I got kind of bored. I got out of watching it because Elvis was there. So, you know, um, I think it's a real problem. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to have a target on my back from him, basically. I don't wish him any harm. I think maybe I don't know the whole story because from what Stickers was saying, he wanted to speak to Dave privately, and he wasn't really going along with the whole thing. So maybe there's some bigger part that we don't know. Maybe there's a part that is like Dave had found somebody else too, and so this is why this is okay, or that Dave had asked for this to happen. Or maybe it is just all something. I thought of that. Um, to get them to, you know, he can get his citizenship, and you have to convince the people that he's not married to Becca. So yeah, we'll never know the truth. The whole thing to me is so much lying, so much lying, so much. And then this new thing, this tonight was so disturbing to watch him. I didn't know if the religious part that Dave was saying is real, and Sue Pete kept on blocking me. Sue Pete, Supede, I don't know why you're blocked under me. I can't see you usually. I don't know where to find it that you're blocked, but I don't have time for any of that's fine. I won't be back anyways. I know. I know, Lori. It I mean, unless, completely, this is the deal. Dave does open up a door for you. He does do all of that extremely gentlemanlike thing. Because I was saying maybe he's just that person who completely lacks empathy for anybody. Maybe he's just so extremely hurt right now that he absolutely cannot show it. I tried talking to him on the phone and I tried to, kind of make him laugh and but he wasn't really admitting anything or denying anything or really whatever to me either. I just tried to make him laugh and it really wasn't that much. Um, well, thank you. Oh, thank you, Helen. Yeah, mine too. I just think the whole thing is really very so unhealthy. That was one of the comments I was going to post up there is that this thing is so unhealthy that if we can't be as of fractured enough as a community, this thing is unhealthy. And to me, I don't know if it was like that to you too. Stickers seemed completely wasted. And from just my layman's, perspective here, it seems like Becca and Stickers are just gonna be like Sid and Nancy and stay drunk 24/7. And at least when Becca had Dave, it was something that wouldn't allow her to stay drunk. But I know the stuff that Dave told me behind the scenes that ended up about Becca that he told everybody, I guess, now that I found out about. That you were setting your wife up. You were setting your wife up so people feel a certain way about your wife. The whole thing is just horrible. Really horrible. I definitely think so, June. Right, right. Love you. Love you, love you. I think if I was Dave, I would, hey, Celeste, good morning, honey. I think if I was Dave, I would just go away to mend myself or just, but he's a man, he's going to handle it differently. I still don't get the Stickers part where Stickers was something is there, like Stickers stopped him from, you know, like he wanted to correct Dave when Dave kept on saying, I forgive you. And it seem almost like Stickers was saying, I don't think I've done anything that really needs to be forgiven for that much. You know the deal. We'll talk about it off the screen. So I think there's a big part of the puzzle here that we don't know about. And this is just such fuckery that we're really never going to know, you know? Right, June. Hey, I saw that. I did see that. I gotta say, Hopper lives in a nice house, has a nice life, you know? So there's nothing to be ashamed of there. I guess I wouldn't want my name to be out there. But that doxing just basically shows that he lives in a nice area, nice house, has nice things, nice family. June, I don't know what happened with your sister, but I am very sorry too. Something is going on. Yeah, that's what yeah, you heard that, laughing. That Stickers did say he had nothing to be sorry for, so it's almost like, and this is just me, playing amateur whatever, PI here, that there is a big piece that if we knew that piece, it would make more sense. Like, I remember Becca saying something that he had some girl that he would talk to upstairs. I don't know if you guys remember that. Um, to me, Dave, I don't know why, he seems very, and this is not bashing, he does seem very asexual. Um, like the vibe that I get from him. Not that we've ever talked that way, just the vibe that I get from him. Oh, June, I'm sorry. I am sorry. I have another friend whose sister does too. Yikes. Yeah. I did miss the epic hangout on Vinny's channel where it was. I wish somebody had that taped because I would have liked to have heard that. I don't know. I I guess if I guess I've done some things wrong in wanting people to not fight with me or to like me or but I really did take that when I spoke to Becca, and we had been speaking a little bit over a few months. And then when they came in and gave that donation, I thought it was like so touching. I judge people by my own head, and that it's now I kind of feel a little bit that it was a way of buying certain people, not by her. That's just, I don't know. I feel that just the stuff that he's kind of done now, but I don't know. I mean, I hear mentions, I just don't want to be involved in it, basically. I don't want to be involved. Did he? Does he have it up on his channel? Oh, that was weird to hear that that was a weird thing. I looked that up after that. He's gonna be there? Yeah, 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 June. God, I just can't believe people. I can't believe people. I don't know. I feel so naive. I've in my whole life, I've never felt this naive. Naive was never a word that was thrown around that would be a descriptive word for me for everything. But I feel like just hearing about all of these divorces, and I want to give you one example too. This is an example I listened to. I won't say where, but there was a guy who's a brother, and he went into a live hangout. And in this live hangout, they started fighting with the people that were in there because they don't like him and they don't like his sister. And they started calling him a pedophile. And I remember when that was out before, that he was called a pedophile. So then it goes on, and people were drinking, and it escalated, and blah, blah, blah. Well, the sister then of the brother fires up a hangout and says, um, that said exactly this. Well, how would you like it if we called, because this is not true, it's been proven not true. How would you like it if we call your husband a pedophile with your new grandbaby? And the story was, how would you like that? Since you're just throwing this out there without any proof, how about we start saying that? And the story got back to them as, from the trolls, as, they're calling your husband a pedophile. They're calling your husband a pedophile. So then for the next few days, trickled into different hangouts, I heard that repeated. So if you didn't like Pam or Rick, I'll just say it, if you didn't like them, I would hear people say that they said this, that they called Savage's husband a pedophile. And that wasn't how it went. I don't have a dog in the fight with any of that, but that's not at all how it happened. How it happened was how I explained it. But the trolls bringing things back and forth, and if you already have a preconceived notion about somebody, if you just watch the stuff that goes on, and a lot of the miscommunications and trolls that bring things back to somebody else, and people getting, and I'm not any less guilty of when I was involved in it back in the day. And it's not fun. It's not healthy at all. Right. Better that way. So that's better. I'm unsubscribed to most drama things. I'm unsubscribed, but I can't talk, from Elvis. Now what happens is, if I'm subscribed to other people, he'll pop up on the thing, and if I'll be curious, I'll watch it. So I went in there for today for a little bit. So I only really allow myself like an hour to really watch it, because I've been trying this thing and it's been working. So I feel like now it's not, but I'll get back on it. But to where even if you feel a certain way about something, to just, Moshi, nobody wants to hear you this late. You need to use your inside voice. Moshi, Moshi, come here, honey. That shh, come here, come here. Yes, I got both of them. Yes, I got two doggies. No, I don't. It was a really nice time. I don't I mean, a lot of stuff happened after I became their friend, but I know me, and I know where my heart was, and it wasn't to get more money. It was to make everybody get along. And it didn't work out that way. And it crashed on me completely. So I guess I've learned from it. You know what I thought that was weird though? This is a small thing. Shh. This is a small thing. I'm used to, you go to somebody's house, and you bring something, you bring a little gift or something, and you kind of fix yourself up or something. And I just realized, not just about this thing, but I'm just realizing how much of the past, 2-3 years have I fallen out of that way of being that I liked. That you go over to somebody's house and you bring a gift and you try to fix yourself up, unless it's like, your sister or your brother or something like that. But I don't know. I feel very much, so much more out of my element, especially with all this divorce thing, and what everybody is just doing to each other. And part of me says, like, wow, it would be really great to have some of that strength, because I could use some of that strength. But it makes me get more religious, which is not trying to get all religious on you guys, but it makes me want to cleave to something that is good. Right, right. Exactly, Lori. Exactly. Oh, Find of Lakes, 9 a.m. Yes, just gonna have some good hot days. Yeah. And I think there's so many more people here who are like that. And we like, I mean, it's interesting to like listen to some of this stuff. But when I heard this stuff tonight, it was like, what the, what the, like what? I mean, none of it makes sense. If it's all just complete mockery, all of it, I didn't, I don't think that it is. I think that they are in lust. This is what I kind of personally think. Um, I've missed you, girl. Missed you a lot. Missed a lot of you guys. But and nobody's being mean here. That's nice. But I think that there's lust. I believe that she's I'm scared because it seems like whenever they're there, they're just fall down drunk. Stickers and Becca are like Sid and Nancy fall down drunk. And before she had Dave who could keep her out of trouble, so to speak. And you got to think of some things. You got to think of like that car wreck that she was in. Did she seem sober in that to you? And wouldn't she have gotten maybe in trouble with the police if she seemed sober in that? No, they're together. They're hot and heavy, and they let everybody know all the time. Yeah, June. I don't. It's weird. I've heard stories before about the strength of denial when you just don't want to know what's going on. Like when you really don't want to know. So Dave could still literally be in shock still. And it is weird how he handled it. You know, in comparison to how he handles things online, like going after people and doing that stuff. That's why it's just so off-putting for so many people. And then for her to sit up there, like there's got to be a huge chunk of the puzzle that we don't know something about. Like, like Dave said he could have canceled Sticker's trip, but he didn't because he's a man of his word and whatever. It's like, but dude, he just stooped your wife. I don't know. It's just it's bizarre. It's bizarre. It's so unnerving and unhealthy. Bizarre. Yeah, no, he's with her now and she's over there with him in the UK and he turned himself in. Yeah. He turned himself in on his charge. So I'm sure because she's got some money from her 401k and her pension and severance or whatever it is. So I'm sure that they're using that as part of a lawyer, I would assume. I don't know, to get him off of that. I don't know where Mark, his boyfriend, is. Um, a relationship where both of you guys are such alcoholics, that's just disaster. And sure, it's really romantic just to go around and you're stooping all day long and drinking and whatever, but That's not real life. Hey, Eric. Hey, hello from Dallas. Right, Lori, exactly. Hey, Crystal. And thank you so much for the information. I searched it about the firefly and everything that you say. I research on there because that is kind of where I am in my life. I was actually thinking of starting a Patreon, like a free Patreon, if you can do that, but just to where people had to sign up so I could like talk more personal with people every morning. Cause every morning, like I want to come on and like talk to people, but it's like, um, this anxiety where I know it's going to be, fodder for some trolls next hangout. So I just don't. So it would be really nice to have that kind of a thing. Yes. Um, yep, Helen. Yep. Yes, I think so, June. And really, talk about an exact opposite in real life. But it's because if you met Stickers, you'd see he's very, very docile, and Dave isn't. Dave likes giving out the orders, and a lot of the times the orders were given to Stickers. Stickers had to run around and do everything, do a lot of stuff. And you could see they were complete opposites. I mean, Dave doesn't drink, doesn't, smoke weed. And that's kind of, it really, Stickers, I liked Stickers. Stickers was kind of like, he really seemed genuine. I'm just being honest. He seemed genuine. I don't like what he's done, but I don't know the story. But he seemed very genuine when he would talk to you. He didn't seem like he had an ulterior motive. So I could see how attractive that would be if Becca was there, seeing the two of them because they were so totally different. Plus the sex thing. I mean, I get it. If you haven't had sex in like a long time, and then all of a sudden, and this is something that she said, and this is something I I really do tend to believe. Yeah, I like that, Crystal. I just didn't know. I just didn't know. I think you have to put it up for like 99 cents a month as the smallest one. So I'm trying to think of, but I like that idea to where you have to actually sign on. So you just can't be anybody who could do it. So I'm going to try to find one that you have to actually sign on to do it. Maybe a private Facebook group or something. I don't know. Just a way to talk and communicate where I could like use it. Cause you guys give me so many good advice and weed away. I just wish the bad part was gone. I wish I could come on here and not have to, even though I don't watch it, it's like I just literally have anxiety about what's going to be said now and misinterpreted. What's going to be said. Right, June. Right. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Discord, I've heard of that. I think I even clicked on it once with Vinny's on Discord. I'm going to try that. Is it just Discord and you just download the program? Is it like a chat room type thing too? Well, I've heard now that she said, I don't know. Did she say she didn't have it? I don't know. These people had 2 bags of medicine. I mean, like with my grandma's bags, they were full of medicine. And I know that not just myself, Dave in the private chat said that he was mad at me because I was telling people that he that I was telling people what he told me about Jen having schizophrenia. And come to find out that this is the story that anybody who talks to him in private gets this story. So I'm like thinking, and then she basically found out about it. And I can imagine if you find out that your husband, oh my God, that your husband is going around and saying that you have schizophrenia. Now, I don't know the story at all. I just know what was told to me. And so I felt bad. Yeah. Becca. Becca. So, but apparently everybody knows that. Apparently everybody knows that story now. That's a story that I've been hearing that everybody thought and everybody kept a secret. Nobody told, everybody kept it. I mean, you're not going to tell anybody that. That's like something personal. And I mean, I'm sure I, told Rory or something, I'm sure. Um, that's just so weird, June. It's just so weird. I really did believe the radiation thing. I knew most of the stuff. I didn't believe the farm. I went along with the mansion thing just because when you were all that we were all there and it was like kind of like a you know you were there, you were his guest. You kind of you go along with it because it wasn't a big deal. It was like you just didn't want to be doxxed and it wasn't like a huge deal. And the things that he said about radiation were things that my brother said. Like, exactly. That's a thing that really gets, like, I don't know. You think you're smarter sometimes. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Hey, Aussie! Aussie, so good seeing you here. Love you, honey. Love you. Yeah. Yeah, and mine was all just an emotional thing because literally when he came back and he talked about how tired he was and just the burning and um then he would go on and just talk and talk and talk because my brother had they gave him some pain medication, so I would like talk to him like all night long. And so it reminded me of that because it was like just those little things which was and it's a triggering part. It's a soft spot for me. And then I saw all the medicine and I pretty much kind of thought the dialysis was not real because I didn't think he went when he was in Las Vegas. I just really thought he was like the fisherman and like to lie a lot, but that he was a good guy and people were just completely always, ragging on him. And I just don't know why he went and I wasn't doing anything to him, nothing to him, hadn't talked to him. And maybe in his mind, he got it to she should be talking to me. Look what I gave her. She should be talking to me. And that's why he did that. He said that he was in a room. He had a room, a panel full of 10 people, and these 10 people were on panel and swearing that they all had totally donated 10,000 or 30,000 or 10,000. I can't remember what $30,000 to me. And it's a straight up lie. It's just a lie. And it's like, what are you doing in this? And then when he talked to a couple of different of my friends of mine, and the story was to get me to not like one of my friends. Hey, awesome. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. And I didn't know like there had been nothing wrong. There had been nothing that I had done except for not talk to him. And so then I thought, oh God, is this how it's going to be? Like I don't talk to you, and it's going to be that I'm going to have to worry about, because I just didn't want to be around any drama type stuff. Moshi. So hold on a second. I got to grab him. Hold on. Moshi. Okay, let me find my way back. Okay. He said today that you have gotten a lot of money and people shouldn't help you. Well, I'm not asking anybody for help. And he doesn't know. It's just disgusting. Yeah. Yeah, Celeste, that's what it seems like. Just really, really, really what it seems like. I know, the barking. So, that's why I think it was just like the marriage thing tonight. Just there's just so much of it going on with, I don't know, it's just weird. It's just weird how, is this like what's going on in the world, or is this just like a little cesspool? Because I'm not getting out and exploring things a lot. You know what I mean? Is this just like the world changing, and I should like really be getting back into going to the synagogue because that's not what I want for my life? Is this how bad like the world is getting, or is this just because we're online and yeah, exactly. Awesome. Are you out of breath from running around and chasing Snowball? We got to go to bed. Yes, we do. Look what time it is. It's 4:35 and we had a good schedule going on. You're going to sleep with me until noon. Yes, you are. Yeah, Celeste. I know it sounds like really, I don't know, but just really pushes me into, you know, going to God. I just going to God because I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm not at all sitting around saying I'm perfect, I'm anything. I just know I don't like it. I don't like the little things like Lori, when we were saying earlier, just the little niceties between people, as far as bringing over a bottle of wine or something to someone's house and like fixing yourself up, and the things that I've gotten out of myself that I don't want to turn into, and I don't want to swear left and right. Not that I really honest, I really don't. I have people in my life that have sworn a lot, and that's just who they were. That's just not who I was. I just don't, it's just not what I like to be. And somebody told me to watch Bob Ross videos when I have my time, 'cause I have everything kind of scheduled out now, guys. And I have, because his happy little trees make me happy. His happy little trees. I also got some advice of doing, because there's a lot of wrongs that I have to make right and feel good. Yep. Yep, bossy. Yep. Olivia, Vegas, no. And I really think Arizona is been my home, and I'm looking at places that are maybe not. I don't want to be kind of close and make it difficult, although Scottsdale is a huge area. Um, but I like to be around Jewish people. I like to be around where there's synagogue. That's why I thought about going back to Panama City Beach, because I love the beach so much. I love, 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 love the beach. But there's really not a Jewish population there, and it's something that I really want to get involved in. I do know that I want to, the nursing homes that I have volunteered at before, at one point in the past, I was offered a working position. If I got some different schooling, just in where you do your arts and crafts and, you know, events and things like that. And I know I wouldn't be able to do that now, but that's something that I would like to do, is work with elderly, and not in a medical way, because I'm not good at that, but just even in anything, even just in administration, and try to get my dream job of working with them in any other sort of way. So there's a lot of things that I'm thinking about as far as for my future. Are you, Anna? Where? Where? Too many grasshoppers in Vegas. Um, I don't like where I am in Vegas right now, and I don't like it at all. I know that where Lori lives in Vegas, I would like it better. Um, you know, Charleston, believe it or not, has the largest population in the midnight. Really? Charleston, North Carolina. I love North Carolina. Wow. Wow, I'm gonna have to look that up. The one thing that I did not like, South Carolina. Okay, Charleston, South Carolina. The one thing I didn't like, awesome, in Panama City Beach, and I'm a person who sees things for the positive, and I like purposely. There was an undercurrent of racism, and there they weren't mean to me. I mean, they knew that I had a mezuzah on my door, and people, asked what it was, and things like that. So they weren't mean to me at all. There was just this undercurrent of racism, and I just, I, 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 I did not have that at all in Minnesota. I didn't have it at all in Minnesota. In Panama City Beach, there was this, and black people were separate. White people were with white people, black people were with black people. Now, it wasn't completely like that, and I loved the people. And there were so many people who weren't like that. And I love the beach. I guess the biggest thing was that there's just not enough Jewish. I want to go get more into the community. So that's cool. Charleston, I'm gonna have to look that up. I'd like to look up where house values. I know, I love Scottsdale, but the housing values there are really expensive, and I'm trying to stay under 200,000 for a place just to get a place and, you know. Oh, I love Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, I love. I know, but Pittsburgh, ugh. You know why I couldn't go to Pittsburgh is because it's so Ari. Ari grew up in Squirrel Hill. He grew up right up from the synagogue that it happened to have. I love the people in Pittsburgh. When I was in Pittsburgh with black people there, it was like Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. And they all spoke like they're from Pittsburgh. Like, where are yins going? Yins going downtown. It was like they were all and I love Mr. Rogers. I would live in Pittsburgh in a heartbeat. Wow, really? In Squirrel Hill? And that, oh, eh, that's so sad. That area is so beautiful. And I remember when I was there, you could walk down the street at the middle of the night and it wasn't like that. I really love Pennsylvania. I really love Pennsylvania and I really love Pittsburgh. I really love it. I really love a season change too. Like I miss snow in the winter and I miss all that stuff. I like that a lot. Squirrel Hill. Yep. Sunnyside. Oh, I love it there. It's yeah, and it is so neighborhoods and it's like not expensive to live there. I mean, and not expensive, the cost of living is at least like food. I couldn't believe the food was so and I loved it how people just got along. I loved how the city was so bonded by their sports teams. Yeah, Pittsburgh. Yep, exactly. Ah, you're from north of Pittsburgh. Yep, I love that. That to me is, oh my God, I love it. I would live there in a heartbeat. I really love it. In fact, I did look there at housing. Um, I just didn't know exactly where I was looking at. And, my friends in Minnesota are like, are you crazy? You're going to leave like a sunny area to go to, an area that's, you know, has winters? Oh, wow. Wow. That's why you're so cool. Awesome. There's something about people from that area. There's something about them where I don't know, you've just got a little piece of every part in you, and your neighborhoods. And I don't know how Uber makes it there, or not Uber, but like Google Maps and stuff. How do you tell when you get lost there? You get lost. It's like crazy. Love. In fact, one of the next videos I'm posting is me on the incline on Mount Washington. Yeah, it is Rub One, but it's like they brought themselves back, whereas Detroit couldn't do it. They reinvented themselves, after the whole steel thing. And they are the city of champions. You can't deny that they're not the city of champions. And really, to go out and get the best Italian dinner, and it's like 6, $7. Oh, cool. Thank you, Celeste. I love you, girl. I hope I talk to you soon and you have a beautiful Sunday. Beautiful Sunday. Yeah. I'm going to go now too, guys, for a little bit. I'm going to be having some things. I am going to be back today because I'm going to be posting some things that I have to get rid of for sale. So if people are around and want this, and I have one box to get out. So anyways, I love you guys. You take care, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Thanks for coming.